I'll go ahead and call the Education Committee to order. We do have a set of minutes that concerning a joint meeting with Budget and Education, so we'll go ahead and approve them.
I've got one thing real quick.
Do you want a second before discussion?
Yeah, go ahead. Got a
I'll
motion and a second. Changes?
Change if you would. I came in tardy, if you would, just adjust that for me, Mike.
Did what?
I was tardy on the joint, I believe so.
Well,
That Thursday,
where did you come in, Justin?
the back.
At the end? You came in when it was over with?
You were there during the meeting, wasn't you? Or was
Yeah,
that after?
I was. I'd come in late.
But I mean, at what point did you come in? Because you were there.
I don't know what time
Yeah,
exactly.
the
I was
minutes
there.
say he was absent though.
Yeah, the minutes say I was
Right.
absent.
Well, that'd make a difference. I'll get you put in there.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Any other corrections we need to make? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Jeff or Lisa?
I'll let Lisa start with the budget and I'll give you a
Okay.
report.
We have one budget amendment to bring before you. The first is our Mount Juliet Middle School renovation, 1.4 million more, adding a few items to that. Portable utility hookups, 750,000 to hook up those portables at Mount Juliet Middle School and West. And then the bids for the Green Hill High School, Mount Juliet High School tennis courts came in. So our property taxes were over budget, so we're using part of that, part of our BEP growth money, and putting that toward capital outlay for those projects. And then the others just reallocated due to increased expenditures for the budget for the remaining of the year.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or concerns?
I got a question. What's wrong with the tennis courts?
Falling apart.
Tennis courts. Cracks,
Really?
water.
Already
What
at
else
Green
you get?
Hill.
Cracks. Well, now Green Hill, what happened at Green Hill, in that design, the tennis courts were below the soccer field.
Is that the one that it was designed wrong, it was funneling water onto it?
I think it was designed wrong.
Okay.
And you gotta get that water off there. And so, that's what we're having.
So
to
is
do.
these funds to regrade that?
We're gonna
Or
cut in that
fix
bank.
drainage or
Yeah,
what?
it'll be drainage, there'll be some drainage, there'll be some, on that project, you're gonna see really be a place to sit too. We'll make some seating, step up, pour some concrete on that hill, and, which will be a nice setup.
It'd be a long-term
That'll be good.
fix, in other words.
Oh, yes, absolutely, yep. And the other ones, we've, poles down, poles break, we had that, when at Watertown, they can't even play on two of the courts.
Really?
So, and that's.
They're not that old, are they? What, 10 years, 18 years?
18 years. But on tennis courts, if you don't maintain them regularly and keep them sealed,
High maintenance.
yep, they're just high maintenance.
When will they start on Mount Juliet Middle?
Shortly, just here quickly as possible.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Anything else, sir?
I just want to talk a little bit, school's out, everybody thinks school's out. That's when all the work takes place, to be honest about it. We do have summer school going on. We've kicked that off. That's going well. Got 5 locations of summer school. Of course, all of our cleaning's going on. Renovations are getting ready to start. Making some moves. Moving BTA, be moving to ATC. That's taking place. There's a lot involved in that. Getting ready to get our, once we get everything approved, we'll be starting our projects at West, putting our portables in place, and at Mount Juliet Middle. And of course, still making really good progress at West Wilson. Do want to address, getting a lot of traffic on how many openings we got. And I've seen numbers, and I'm like, well, I don't know where they're getting their numbers. I'm getting the numbers out of HR, just left from over there. As of right now, about 3 o'clock, we have a total of 143 openings, but 36 of those openings are permitted teachers that taught on a permit. what we do is we post those jobs at the end of the year to see if anybody out there. Most of these 36 I feel like will be hired once that time's up, principals have looked at. That leaves us with 104 unfilled positions. That sounds like a lot of people's alarms. You got over 14, or right at 1,400 certified teachers. That percentage is not terrible. We know where our areas of need are going to be: math, special education, and believe it or not, we're starting to see an uptick in English teachers, a shortage of English teachers. But one of the first things I do every morning is check and see what applications come in the night before, and we're still seeing a stream of applications. I'm in the process of doing principal evaluations this week, and I have yet to talk to a principal that doesn't feel like they can fill their staff. Now, does it always come down to, Mayor Hudd will tell you, there's times that's always been a problem. You hire, the night before school, you're making a hire. Is it tougher now? Yes, it's tougher for various reasons. But we're still getting applications, and I'll be watching this number. Now, you don't know what's going to happen. Teachers still could resign. It's that season. This is the season when you get movement. And so we watch that. We're aware of that. But, you know, I think last year, at one point, we had over 190 new teachers hired. That sounds like it is a big number. But in a district our size, we got 1,400 teachers, and there's always going to be movement. And so we're aware that there's some issues. There's a shortage and some licensure issues, but we feel like our HR department, we will still be able to staff our schools. And that's what we're doing this year as part of that process. Other than that, you know, you know, I'm talking to teachers some. Just answered an email this afternoon. Teacher has an opportunity to leave for $10,000 pay raise. We're doing what we can. I feel good about what we're doing. What we've done in the past 2 years within our budget, we're going to continue to work toward that. And I'm committed to that. I've made some moves for raises. Everybody who goes through that has to make that decision. And I understand it, and I hate to lose teachers. But I feel like we're doing what we can with where we're at, and we're going to continue to move forward with that. Any questions?
I guess a lot of commissioners got a call about a week ago saying that they was telling me the teachers are leaving right and left. We're not seeing that, right?
Well, we've had some teachers leave, but I got 1,400.
Right.
You're going to have some movement. And we get a reason for, you know, I saw one just a couple weeks ago, lost 2 teachers. They're moving home to Michigan. That's home. That's a natural, it doesn't mean that they left.
Well, the voicemails
So
and
we see-
emails I was getting is because of pay, you know, or leaving.
Well,
right there.
everybody's going to make that decision.
Right.
I feel like we're doing what we can. I think I think our trend is really good. We've cut into some things. We're getting closer. As everybody else, yes. And I'm just going to say it. The grass is not always green on the other side. I'm pretty proud of Wilson County Schools, and I want people who want to work for Wilson County Schools, and I think we can still recruit those and retain them, because we got a bunch of them who do great work every day that are not looking to leave, and we're committed to continue to take our money and put it to our people, and that's what we're doing.
Thank you.
So you've got a 90% retention rate, it looks like. So
Well, we don't
is
know that yet. Don't put that out there.
Okay.
See, that's what happens. People put out information before the information's final, and then everybody
Okay.
runs with it. I will not know retention rate this past school year to August 1. And we
Thank
run
you.
that report every year. We give it to the Board of Education. I bring it to the County Commission. When you put out information like that now, well, when it falls to 88% in 2 weeks, we will not know till we start school and we determine
Right.
have we filled this. So I
That makes
I don't
sense.
mean
So
to be
thank you.
short,
No,
but
no, it's a
uh,
good correction, and it's good information to have out there, because now we know August 1st is when you actually
That's
get
when I
retention
look and see
rates.
where my retention
And that
is.
makes sense.
Yep.
So that way you'll know to be able to compare year after year. So
Right.
so thank you.
Okay, is there anything else?
Really quick, also, something was brought up about Double Log Cabin. Where are we at?
Double Log Cabin is we are not out to bid yet. We think that's going to happen. I think our time frame is July to put it out to bid. If that bid comes back 1st of August in our board meeting, if we'll take it to the board to approve a bid, recommend a bid, then we would come to county commission, do the education budget for funding. But we're still working on it. You know, we've got this new state law that due to school safety, we're having to look at all of our, and that's played into part of getting out to bid. What's going to meet the state law on the windows, and whether it's film or whether it's, you know, there's an option possibly to just put thicker glass. Our architects and engineers are working on that, but that's where it's at. I'm hoping we have that July board meeting ready to go to bid, or have a bid back. Or it could be August. It could be August before we get that bid back. But that's where it's at.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right. If there's no other questions, looking for one other.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.